Welcome to another tutorial on the battery management system. So in this particular tutorial, we are looking into the concept related to the unscented Kalman filter, as well as here we will be looking into how we will be deciding the Kalman gain, as well as based on the Kalman gain, how you will be actually predicting the optimized state and error covariance. So here we will be discussing all these three steps and will be concluding on this topic. So in the previous tutorial, we have checked the calculation for the covariance, and based on that, we need to estimate the Kalman gain, which is an updated gain. And based on this, what you can actually see over here, the covariance between the X and Y, which is the voltage and the SOC, and the covariance of the measurement, like it is not called actually covariance, but it is called variance because it is only dependent on its own values. So if you take the ratio of these two, then you will be getting the output Kalman gain or updated Kalman gain. So the PYY and the PXY we already have calculated in the previous steps. So that we will be using to update the Kalman gain. Okay. So if you see the simulation in the environment, right? If we just click on the play button, okay, once we do reset and click on play button, you will be able to see this gain is usually reducing over time. Okay, you can see, yeah. So every time when the iteration is happening, this gain is reducing over time, and it is now trusting more on the state estimation, and then it will be determining the for future steps more on the state estimation compared to the measurement. Okay, so here you can see the XY is also changing over time, as well as the sensor variance also changing over time, or the uncertainty, right? So this is about the Kalman gain determination, and then we will be having the state optimization. So based on the Kalman gain that we have taken, right? So we need to decide what is the next SOC. So we need to predict the SOC, then only we will be using it based on the next iteration. So here what we are basically doing, we are implementing the filter process. So from this step, actually the filtering starts. Here you will have the measurement value, as well as you will have your own state prediction value. Okay. So if you see over here, you will have the prior state, which you already have estimated before the measurement comes. Once the measurement is available, we will be calculating the innovation factor. So how much innovation will be there in this case, which means basically how much error you are getting in your measurement with respect to your predicted measurement. Okay, so in this case, basically what you are telling, so this voltage is basically the terminal voltage, and here in this case we are comparing the measured terminal voltage with respect to the predicted terminal voltage, and at the end we are calculating this innovation factor, which is basically a error between whatever we are measuring and whatever we are predicting. Okay, so once that is done, you will be multiplying the correction part. So you need to update this particular prior thing with the help of this innovation, because there is a error in this case. So because of this, you need to update the correction in the state which was already estimated. So you need to do some slight change in this particular state, then only you will be able to see the correct SOC. So how this is being done, you need to multiply the Kalman gain that we calculated in the previous section with the innovation. So innovation is over here, and you calculated this, and you will be getting this. So this value, so the correction value need to be added over the prior estimate, so that you will get the final state estimate. So here what measurement is doing, it is giving its insight, so that whatever we have predicted already, right? So those will be corrected based on the current system situation. Okay. So to get a feel like what is actually going on inside the system, we basically are doing this and trying to find the innovation so that we can do slight changes in this case. So if we are focusing more on the measurement, then in that case, the K will be more close to 1. Then in that case, this difference, what we are actually getting, will be impacting more on the state estimation. Okay. So that is the inference that you will be getting. And on the right hand side, you will be getting the plots. This is representing the prior estimate. If you see this one, okay, and this one is representing the pull direction, which is basically the innovation one. Okay. And once that is done, this is the posterior or the final one. So you can see over here, this is switching between these two quantities. Okay. So prior estimate will be the previous calculation output, and the uh, posterior estimate is the current output based on the measurement that we have. Okay. So this is just to clarify how graphically it will look like. So you can play with this particular tool and will be able to see like how the things varies over time. Okay. So the next step, which is the last step, is the updating of the covariance. Okay. Or the variance, because here we are dealing only with one step. Okay. So if you are dealing with two variables, then you will be telling it as covariance. If you are dealing with only one variable related to its own, right? In that case, you will be telling that as the variance. Okay. So here, basically, we are trying to implement what is the updated state or what is the updated state variance. So here we have updated the state, right? This one. Now, how much variation will be there in this particular state, that we will be determining over here. Okay. So in this one, we will be doing the prior estimate. So prior, this is the prior calculation that was there for this. And then we will be introducing the formula over here, which is k square pyy, which is basically the variance of the measurement. And then we will be calculating the final output for the state variance. So as you can see over here, over the simulation, that initially it was a big value and then it is going or dropping down. So let's restart the simulation and see that. So last, yes, you can see there is a big jump in the variance, right? It is decreasing over time. Every time it is decreasing. So it is telling that your state estimate is doing better, and you can now trust more on the state estimate, and through that you will be able to estimate the right SOC with all these calculations. So this is concluding the UKF and its implementation. And over here you are also able to see, right, it is now updated and it is now able to almost match to the calculation that is happening in the system and getting the right SOC with very less residual error or difference, right? This is how you can implement a unscanted Kalman filter, and you already got the calculation now. So suppose if you want to implement in some programming environment these algorithms, then you can now implement using the formulas that are mentioned in this particular dashboard, and you can implement it also using some simulating blocks, right? So that is how this entire process looks like. And you will also have access to this visualization, which will be helpful for you to interact with. You can play with the current as well as the measurement noise as well as the process noise. Okay. And this is all about for this particular video. In case you have any comment or query, please let us know in the comment section. we will be more than happy to clarify your doubts. So here we are actually closing the topic related to the SOC, and we will be jumping into the concept related to the capacity calculation, and we will also see how realistically the battery ages over time in the future videos. In case you have any comment or query, please let us know in the comment section. Have a great day here. Take care.